G'day guys, how's it going? Bloodteeth here, bringing you another video of Gemcraft Frostborn Wrath. Okay, in this video what I'm going to try and do, and I have not tested this before, let's get rid of that. I'm going to try and change up my skills and so forth in order to create, I suppose, a working mana farm. At the moment, the way I'm playing, I've got skill points spread out across a lot of different skills, and that's to support a more general playstyle. And with Fury, that's more focused towards doing endurance runs on some of the earlier levels where I can go ahead and enrage the monsters sort of early and mid on in the level to try and go ahead and farm XP. What I have not done though is to focus on trying to do the best that I can by creating a mana farm. So I'm not sure I have the skill points for it yet, but I'm just going to be ruthless and change around all of these to focus on doing that, and then I'll just play the first field again, W1, and see how I go, because I've seen a video of someone else on YouTube who's already attempted this, and yeah, their skill points there were quite focused. So for example, they did use amplifiers, so let's crank that up a little bit. Let's get rid of the Fury, we don't care about that. Oddly enough, they did not have any extra bonus in their traps. I think, I don't know why, but I want to leave some skill points here just to get that extra bonus, and also firing speed. It's not much of a firing speed buff, but it's a special for the gems specials multiplier, so it may come in useful. Let's see, Ice Shards does nothing. I'm going to focus on trying to design my skills so it supports a playstyle where we're not really caring so much about the monsters that are getting through to the orb. What we want to do is just get to a point where we have a runaway effect of gathering more mana than we're losing, so that we can afford the really expensive gems that we can put in towers later on that will essentially go ahead and clean up all of those monsters for us. So let's see, do we want extra for per kill? Not really. Let's see, banishment mana cost. You know what, I'm going to try and be ruthless. Let's just get rid of that. We're going for gold here. Fusion, cheaper gem costs. Well, you know what, if I've got a good mana farm going, it doesn't matter how much or how little these cost, because I'm just going to have more mana than I'll know what to do with it. At least that's the goal. So nothing in there. More special multipliers for pure gems and dual gems. Yes, I definitely want skill points in that. The video I saw, I was actually quite surprised about this. Resonance was also 0. That took me off guard at first, but then when I thought about it, I was thinking, okay, yeah, they're definitely focused on not really trying to kill monsters. They're just trying to get mana. So, okay, let's get rid of that. No need for demolitions. Slowing, I'm going to just leave it at 5. Now let's talk about strike spells and enhancement spells. This actually confused me a little bit. What I saw was nothing in the strike spells, but then again, that person also had obviously something in their talisman, such as this +1. They had things in their talisman that buffed everything up, so even at 0, all of the skills had some sort of points in them regardless. So they didn't put any extra into freeze, whiteout, or ice shards. Let's see, I think even if I don't put any skill points in these, they still show up maybe inside the game. Anyway, let's hope that's the case. Let's see, bolt, beam, and barrage. Barrage and bolt are what I'm going to be using to enhance the gems inside traps. That's going to be the general gameplay. Traps with amplifiers around them. I don't think extra skill points in these makes any discernible difference at all. In fact, it makes no difference to the enhancement for gems in slots. So let's just leave those at 5 maybe. What does it do? Let's recharge time 5%. I'm not going to miss that. More shells or time. No, I'm not going to miss any of those. So I'm going to get ruthless. Okay. Right now I'm starting with quite a lot of mana, but this is a mana farm, and I saw this person's, they put something like 35 skill points, I think, into mana leeching, and they also had buffs of something like plus 12 extra from all of their talisman's fragments. So I'm going to have to try and mirror that or come close to it. Let's see, what have we got? Oh, okay. So it leeches even more for gems from grade 7 and higher. Alright, I'm not confident. This looks kind of stupid, but actually, do I even need this? Lower mana pool milestones. And more mana per monster kill. Oh, we can do with less in there. Let's see. I'm kind of happy with that. We start with just over 3,000, and with my talisman giving me extra starting mana. Let's see how much extra mana. I get pretty much my wizard level to initial XP and mana, which is 170, so there's an extra 170 mana. And I start with how much extra mana? Where is it? 566. So I'll be starting with around 3,800. That's quite good. That's a lot. Okay. And you know what? I don't want to be wasting mana on walls. So let's find a map where we don't have to build anything extra. Oh God, where's the best map for that? Is this the best map for that? I believe it is. More or less. You know what? Let's try this one. In endurance. Okay. I've got my skills set. I know what my talisman's going to do. Probably not enough, but we're experimenting here. Let's give it a crack. Now, they pumped up insulation. And that kind of makes sense because, especially at the start, you've got ideally these gems in traps that are going to be firing against the monsters, and especially early on, what you don't want is for the monsters to be just, one-shot kills, because then, your gems in your traps don't keep firing and therefore don't keep mana leeching. So it makes sense to put some insulation, but I'm not confident I have enough wizard level, and I'm just not strong enough to go for the full 12. So instead I'm going to go for 4 layers, and that means I will probably have to back up my mana farm early on with a tower, because I've got to get a feel for it. We definitely want to overcrowd. More monsters the better. More monsters over my gems and traps, the more mana I'm going to leech. Swarmling domination. I'm kind of in two minds about buffing this much. Maybe we can do that. That's not so bad. Minus 21% negative effect duration. Actually, that affects the slowing gem that I'll have at the start of the farm. That will counteract that a little bit. So, 80% of the time shown on dice for that gem. And let's see. A little bit more speed, and 9% of Reaver waves turn into Swarmlings. That's not so bad. They had this pumped up to the maximum. That kind of makes sense as well, because giants are naturally slow, whereas Swarmlings are naturally fast. You know what? I don't want Swarmlings. Let's see. What have we got? Dark Masonry? No, that doesn't help me. Vital Link. Now, in the video that I saw, Strength in Numbers, Vital Link, and Thick Air were all pumped up to the maximum. Thick Air I kind of understand, because again it kind of does something similar to insulation. So I'm going to do that. So every monster needs to be hit 4 times before it's killed. That's kind of... Is that reasonable? Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to mess with that. Vital Link, again, basically buffing up the hit points for monsters. I don't want to do that. And I don't want to do this either. I think I'm going to have more than enough monsters on the field. And their strength is going to grow, I suppose, proportionally to the grades of the gems as I upgrade them. So I think it's going to sort of even out. Maybe. We'll see. Swarmling parasites. When something dies, it generates parasites, which are swarmlings. Swarmlings, they're not that fast, are they? Let's leave that as is. Now, corrupted banishment. I'm kind of in two minds about this one because at the end of the day, with monsters that keep going to the orb over and over and over again, they just end up with an insane amount of armor. And trying to shred that off and essentially kill those monsters later on in the game, even if we've got lots of mana and we can afford really, really high-powered, high-grade gems, that's still going to be very difficult to do. So I'm kind of in two minds about pumping that up, especially when we're going to be purposefully trying to banish monsters over killing them. Let's see. Gee, that's quite a hike on the armor. 2 layers of shield and 30 armor. Let's actually try to mirror this. So, monsters come on the field with 4 layers of shield before they're vulnerable. So, monsters that come into the field again get another 4 layers of shield. That may work in my favour. I know we're getting 120 armor every time monsters go through the orb and back again, but I think that's manageable. That's okay. Oh, and they get a few more hit points. Okay, so everything sort of grows naturally together. Haste, yeah, why not? Let's just get things coming on the field as quickly as possible. Adaptive carapace. Damage reduction. Yeah, that's acceptable. What do you think, guys? Let me know in the comments. Do you think I've set this up right? Well, actually, we'll be able to tell after the end of the video, huh? Let's give this a crack. Comment below now. Do you think this is going to work? Am I going to get a working mana farm, or is this just going to bomb out really quickly? I honestly don't know. If you ask me to pick, I reckon this could go either way. Alright, let's put some of these down. And to be on the safe side, let's at least just put down a tower. And put that down. Yeah, up here. That works. Okay. Alright, how much mana do I have? Ooh, not much. I don't like that. Alright, what are we doing here? 5.63 mana. Not many shots per second. This will be interesting. Let's go. Hey, that's pretty lucky. So at least the monsters come out on the other side of this little farm with little or no shields. That will make light work for the gem I have in this tower. Oh, I just realized. Look how much mana I already have. That's quite a growth. I like that. Okay, let's continue the theme with mana and armor tearing. I've just realized a small problem. Yeah. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Actually, you know what? I'm forgetting the spirit of this entire endeavor. It's okay for monsters to go to the orb, so let's just let that happen and see what happens. See if it comes out of control. Ooh. Yeah, no, that's not growing fast enough, so I'm going to be daring and I'm going to mess around with things a little bit here to try and buy myself some time. Hey, that's actually growing quite well. I'm surprised. Let's see if we can upgrade this. Let's see. Increase the effect of that one. Put beam on this one. I've just realised. This is an exercise in futility right here. Alright. Freeze you. Slow you down. Cop the hit here. Okay, this is not working. Obviously I need to lower the shields or something and get some sort of delicate balance between having enough monsters on the field to keep my mana farm constantly producing, but not so many that I oversaturate beyond this need and end up just banishing way too many monsters. This is not working. There we go. Okay, that's the concept. And no, what am I doing? I don't want to restart. I do want to restart, but I want to go ahead and mess with the traits a little bit. Okay, let's just remove anything with shields and remove that. We want giants, we want overcrowding, we want haste, we do want adaptive carapace, maybe a little bit less. Yeah, I think this will work. This is a bit better. This is more normal for me. And I just started in journey mode. Okay, thumbs up on the video if you've done that a lot of times, where you've set yourself up for an endurance and then you've just realised that you started a battle in journey mode. I've done that about, what, 15, 20 times now? It's kind of annoying, but yeah. It's not too bad at the end of the day. It's kind of a first world problem, hey? Okay. Let's get the right mode going. I really want to get a mana farm going because I have not yet, I suppose, done something like that where it just feels like I've got complete control of the map or the field. I'm used to getting that going or something like that in the previous games. I'd like to get that going in this game as well. That'd be nice. Okay, let's not bother with amplifiers here because that's expensive. We can do that later. Let's just get ourselves up and running. Okay. Now, upgrade, please. Oh, that's practically no hit points. So, I'm going to be cheeky and do that. 51. And what do? You can pretty much one-shot kill with small amounts of armor. Yep, I'm happy with that. Let's go. Okay, take 2. Mana farm. Let's see. Ooh, I do have a decent amount of mana, don't I? Okay, let's spend that. You know what, this is actually quite good. I think I'm generating more than enough monsters into my mana farm to not worry about having to let monsters banish. This is working just fine. Except for this little bit. Can I gem bomb these? I certainly can. Perfect. Oh yeah. I'm enraging, aren't I? Let's see. Let's get rid of that. I think we have more than enough enraged, and we're what, 12 stones in, so that's fine. I'm happy to leave that as is. Let's upgrade our little mate here just one more time. Let's definitely give him a spell, and while we're at it, let's give these spells to increase their specials and get more yield. So far so good. Let's upgrade some of these. Get more mana farm essentially. Let's freeze. Uh-oh. Somebody wasn't paying attention. That somebody was me. Okay, how do we handle this? I suppose I need to give myself more amplifiers. Okay, we're just going to have to deal with whatever this returns. Oh, that's right, they're all bloody giants. So they're going to take ages to kill. Okay. That's fine. I'm still going to have to just get, I suppose, comfortable with the idea of leaking monsters into my orb. And still focusing mainly on the mana farm, so more special, and you can just fire faster. That works for me. And let's keep upgrading. Whoa. That's a pretty decent growth. I like where this is headed. Although I'm not liking the look of all of those giants going into my orb. In fact, let's just keep the mana farm going right now. Oh. For a second there I thought the game crashed. Okay, let's... Oh, I tell you what. If I had a couple more amplifiers here, this gem might actually just reach the monsters at the end with the bolt spell. Oh well, if I can't have it, I can't have it. Come on, mana farm. Yeah, this is working really well. I'm actually whoa. This is working too well. I like it. Okay, let's keep up that momentum. Okay. Do we upgrade the mana farm? Yes, we do. And we also give ourselves more amplifier for our gem. I hope I can clean up all of this mess. That would be good. And let's keep the mana farm going nice and dandy. Yeah, I like this actually. This is working reasonably well. I mean, sure, the growth of mana at the moment, even though it is early days, it's a lot less than what I saw in that other person's video, but this is going alright. I'm not complaining at all. In fact, I'm going to start putting some amplifiers around these. And we'll start them off with just some basic gems, just so they get something. What do they extra get? What do they extra get? That's great grammar. Oh, really? Half a shot extra per second and 1 mana leached per hit. And they're already up to 23. Well, 22 minus that one. That's not great. Maybe we need to just upgrade these gems a little bit more. What do you say? That's more legit. And let's focus on keeping the mana farm happy, and also let's upgrade our main gem so we can start cleaning up all of this rubbish. Alright, looking... Whoops. That was a misclick. Alright, let's keep this farm nice and happy. Upgrading the farm. What are we up to? These monsters should not be that powerful. Oh, that's right. I've got practically no skills buffing up this main gem. That's why it's kind of struggling right now. That makes sense. Okay, we'll just have to help it along a little bit. Still going to focus mainly on the farm though. The general idea is I go through a little bit of pain now with the monsters, and it's an investment into the later game where I have a mana farm that generates so much mana that even though my main gem doesn't have much in the way of buffing from other sources, it doesn't matter because I can just afford the most ridiculously high graded gems that will overwhelm everything no matter what. That's the goal. In fact, you know what? Let's just keep on upgrading this mana farm. Who knows, maybe the gems in the mana farm itself will end up destroying all the monsters for me, because look at this. They're pretty powerful when you think about it. They're, let's see, between 1 and 200 damage per shot, and it does 11.5 shots per second. That's pretty quick. Ooh, but not quick enough. Look at this. I'm starting to struggle. Let's stop the bleeding for the moment. I think I may have overextended myself already, which is not cool. Let's go for least hit points and start to just clear up as much rubbish as we can so that it would be swarmlings. Yeah, no, this is not working either. I'm essentially hemorrhaging mana from my orb. This is not cool. What do I do? Put a plug on the bleeding as much as possible. It fluctuates. It's teasing me with the temptation of upgrading even more. Okay, let's just do that. Something silly. See what happens. Oh, I tell you what. It is a very delicate balance what I've got going right now. It's a risk. Oh, what? I didn't even see it. I wasn't paying attention. Okay. That's the end of the game right there, pretty much. I'll just... Actually, is that Spectre still on the field? No. Damn. Okay. How do I stop myself from instantly dying right now? By doing that and buying time, essentially. Okay. Let's do this again. Nope. It was a valiant effort, but I seem to have overwhelmed myself. Maybe if I keep on playing around with the battle traits and making things a little bit more manageable for myself, maybe I could get a working mana farm. But that's kind of interesting. Without even focusing on trying to get XP, I got 80,000, 81,000 for this level. That's not so bad. So I think the strategy is there, it just needs to be tweaked. Maybe something along the lines of, you know what, overcrowding and haste, that's fine. Maybe we can just make the giants a lot more manageable and maybe just reduce the adaptive carapace as well. I think maybe this would be much better. In fact, you know what, let's just very quickly try this. I know this video is already going a little bit longer than I anticipated, and I apologize for that, guys, but we're just going to quickly see if this makes any difference at all. Now, let's go ahead and do that. And what else can we do? Or should I do poison mixed with armor tearing? You know what? Let's go with mana leech for our main gem. And upgrade. Okay, let's see how this goes. In fact, let's overcrowd a little bit. Because at the end of the day, I can use the bolt, or I can use beam actually to shred all the excess apart. I can also slow things down, and I can freeze things to have these monsters coming through in batches rather than all at once. Oh, that was actually quite stupid. I shouldn't have sent that many so quickly. Let's see. I don't even have the mana to go up another grade. Okay, this is. I think I've fudged myself already. Let's see. Let's just upgrade the farm and go for broke. Let's see. Upgrade special. Upgrade that. By a tiny bit of time. Slow down you guys. Now, how are we looking? We're looking... okay. Sort of. Nope. Maybe I should stop enraging. Make things more manageable for myself. Let's see. Weaken those. Mana farm's going good guns, so we don't have to worry about that. Or do we? Yes, we do. Wow. My mana farm just shred up all of those monsters like it was nothing. Interesting. Let's see. That's working out. Slow this down. No. Okay. So I got greedy there, and I sent too many waves early. But I think the concept is there. What I'm going to do is off camera, I'm going to just keep on attempting this and try and perfect it. Get this to a point where I'm happy with it. And hopefully my next video I will be able to show you guys a working mana farm at a wizard level less than 200. That would be great. Anyway, till then, catch you later guys.